I want to show you a trick that's everywhere in emo and indie rock, something I call the emo triangle. It's basically a super effective way to arrange your guitar tracks, and once you hear it, you'll start noticing it all over the place. So, the emo triangle is built on 3 core guitar parts. A rhythm guitar, usually playing chords or a simple arpeggio, sometimes panned outwards or sometimes kept dead center. A melodic lead, maybe arpeggios or single note runs, panned to one side. And a second lead or counter melody, doing something different but complementary to the previous 2 guitar parts, panned to the opposite side. These 3 parts form a kind of triangle in a stereo field, left, center and right, and they all play off one another. The placement of these elements and where each guitar part sits within a stereo field will vary from song to song, but thinking about it visually in that way might be helpful for you. It creates a wide, complex sound when put together, hence the emo triangle. I'll play a few examples of songs that use this trick first, before breaking it down into more detail. There's a couple ideas to note first, before going about writing something like this for yourself. Firstly, the idea of contrast and balance. The 2 lead parts can be rhythmically or melodically different, and because they're split left, center or right, they don't fight for space or feel too cluttered. Secondly, the idea of added width without muddy in the center. The center guitar will often lock in with the bass and drums, so you get all this energy down the middle of the mix, while the sides sparkle and shift around it. You can hear versions of this in a lot of songs, but for this demonstration, let's take a look at Jimmy Eat World's Just Watch the Fireworks. The arrangement here is relatively simple, so it's a great one to start with. During the verse, there's a layered 3-part guitar arrangement working alongside the vocals, bass and drums. For the rhythm guitar, they're using simple palm muted chords panned to the left. This part follows along with the bass, helping to outline the basic harmony. To build on that, there's an arpeggiated part on the right hand side. This also outlines the root notes of the progression, while adding some extra colour to the chords. To complete the triangle, a final lead guitar comes in, adding some extra melody whenever the vocal drops out, creating space for the guitar. Combined with the drums and bass, these relatively simple parts come together to create a much more complex sounding arrangement. For a more modern example of this, let's turn to one of my favourite bands, Los Campesinos. In the opening track of their record All Hell, they use a similar arrangement. What's particularly nice about this one is how the parts really play off one another. In the first 4 bars of the song, you get that triangle-like arrangement again. This time the chords are panned to the right side of the mix. These are matched with a lead line that makes use of open droning notes, with the 2 parts playing off each other rhythmically. Then the main melody sits in the center of the mix. It's similar to the Jimmy Eat World example in that there's a lot of space left in the center melody, while the parts panned out wide play continuously throughout. After the fourth bar, an additional guitar track is introduced, adding a lower counter melody that complements the rest of the arrangement. So I guess you could call this the emo square if you like. Another great technique you can use in emo or indie style riffs is the use of drone notes, and you can find out exactly how to use that technique in this video next.